What's up, you guys? I got my Pandoras Box 11 Plus here, and believe me, I'm taking nothing away from Atari, but this thing plugs in with HD cable, and it's got just a lot of games. At first, it's just a bunch of, fighting games, but it's also got some of my favorite wrestling games. WrestleFest, WF Superstars, it's got Matt Mania, believe me, that's just the beginning. Luckily, it's got a search. Hit the button. Maybe I'll try to spell Donkey Kong. It's got a ton of arcade hits. The only downside is that you got a joystick and buttons. It's one of those joysticks that's kind of clickety-clackety, and it doesn't work so good with the Pac-Man games. There was a lot of games on here that are classic arcade games, or games that you remember playing from the arcade but forgot. Of course, we got Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong 3, Donkey Kong Jr., quite a lot of games. My friend Troy wanted to know about Donkey Kong, so I'm including his name in this little demo just so he can see. And since this has a ton of arcade hits on it, a ton. It's only about $107 on eBay now. I paid like $120 for mine, but it's gone down. And believe me, I still love my Atari, but there I am as Mario. Ah, there is a downside. I'm missing some sound here. Okay, so it's not perfect. Some of the games are perfect. And I'm getting the jump sound, but I'm not getting the when you walk. Small detail. And I'm still having a great time with my jumping, but I forgot. When you play Gyrus, the music on mine is kind of messed up. Alright, so far we got everything but the sound when you walk. The tuk-tuk-tuk-tuk-tuk. But you know, that is something to consider. Otherwise, this is the only time I was able to get the real Mario, besides I don't have MAME. But I'm enjoying this. When people ask me about it, I feel like I need to tell them everything, the pros and cons. It's got... Yeah, I'm not getting that sound when I walk. That It says it has 2,700 games, but it's more like 1,500. There's a lot of repeats. But don't get me wrong. What really tickles me about this is all these little games that I only thought I remembered. I mean, like games like Super Moon Cresta. But deeper than that, I remember this game called Uni Wars. It's on there. A lot of fun, obscure Japanese arcade shooters and neat arcade games that totally work with the joystick that are on here. Return of the Jedi, the arcade version, is on here. But you're using a joystick and you're trying to convert that to like what was like a controller like this. And it is possible to work, but you got to realize that pushing up is like going forward, like a thrust. And I've made it work where I enjoy playing Return of the Jedi arcade on this. You name it, it's almost all on here. Not the Williams games. Sorry about that. The Pac-Mans are on here, but they don't work so well with the joystick. Not so precise. And I'm having a great time playing my Donkey Kong here. But like I said, no sound with the walking. Seems like all the other sounds are there, even the music in the background. So, because I'm doing a demo, even though I'm having a pretty good game here, let's exit and do Donkey Kong Jr. Got the music. Many of the arcade hits, though, on here are the arcade... Most arcade games that you want to find on here are on here. You know what's great? Punch-Out and Super Punch-Out are on here, and they work great with the controls. You can also configure controls. There's a little button in the back. Takes you to a menu. Ah, damn it. Once again, it's not making that special sound. I don't know why they do this, or how this happens. I mean, the graphics are perfect. That's Donkey Kong Jr. But I'm not getting the fun little cute sounds when you climb up and down. My friend Troy asked about Donkey Kong. I was like, yeah, it has it, but I'm glad I'm letting him know. Oh, oh, no sounds on my death either. Wow. Well, at least it gives us Atari fans reason to have our versions for Atari 7800 or your ColecoVision, because this is not perfect. Not getting the sounds that I expect to enjoy on my Donkey Kong Jr. Alright, let's exit. It's got Pac-Man, Congo Bongo, Rally X. Junior Pac-Man works good. A little bit hard with the controller. Mr. Do's Castle, and it does work good. Super Pac-Man, Pac-Man. Popeye does work well. The real Popeye. I mean, that's enough almost right there to glorify. Sometimes it's got weird names for a game you already know. The fighting games are done very well, except for Mortal Kombat. But if you're a Street Fighter guy or you're a King of Fighters guy, which I play them. I mean, you guys know me, I'm old school. But that doesn't mean I can't get into a little new school. All these games are different. What this game does well is your shooting games of vertical shooting, like those Japanese shooters where you 3 lives, 3 bombs, 3... I mean, it's got a million of them, and I do enjoy those kind of games. A lot of just obscure hits. There's Galaxian, but they're calling it Drone 2. There's Galaga with a different name. So it's kind of weird in some ways. A lot of fun games that you learn for yourself that you like. There's Jungle King. Let's see if there's anything wrong with it. For the most part, even though there's little problems here and there with the game's presentation, I'm not complaining. I'm so glad I bought this. Whoa, I don't remember that. It looks like Tarzan, and he totally made Tarzan music. So sometimes you get something better. Look at this, guys. Okay, that's got all the sound effects, and I'm really enjoying myself. From a distance, see, that's me. I'm just hitting a button. Track and field plays really well on this, guys. Track and field plays great on it. Because like I told you, you configure it by hitting a little reset button in the back here somewhere. Also, there's a volume. The sound is coming out of the console, not just my TV. It's also backlit. Can you see that? Anyway, this is turning into a really long video. But, and hey, I'm not trying to take away from Atari, but just I'm a video game fan, and this is one of my many toys that I love. But stay tuned for more Atari 2600 reviews. You know me, I'm loyal. Alright.